My daughter falsely accused me of rope. Now my family is contacting me after almost 10 years. When I was 32 and coming back from work, I got a phone call from my wife that turned my life upside down. I remember I didn't even answer at first because I was out with friends. But she called again immediately after the first call. This was an unwritten rule in the family. If you call twice like that, it's important. Like someone died important. So when she called again, I excused myself and answered, only to hear chaos on the other end. Like people were arguing. But when my wife realized I had answered, it sounded like she went to another room and closed the door. I just asked what was going on, and I heard her crying. She basically asked me if I had something to confess to regarding Lily, as my daughter and is 15 at the time. At that point, I hadn't even seen Lily for several years. I just said no and asked what this is about. She just cried even harder and said, I used to rope Lily back when we were children. That Lily had told everything to my wife, and that my wife told my mother and my aunt. Lily had told them that back when she was 9, and she'd been playing in my room when I came in and started doing things to her. My wife screamed at me to say something, but I couldn't even speak. It was also absurd. I remember thinking that must be some bad joke. Then she kept asking something like, did you do this? Did you do this? And I just screamed back at her no. Each time, it all ended with my wife putting me on speaker and both my mom and dad saying that they don't want anything to do with me and never to contact them again. 2 of my sisters texted me later that day, pretty much saying that I'm disgusting, and then blocked me. I know it's weird, but after that call, I went to have a long shower. To this day, I still don't know why I did that. After calming down, I started calling and texting everyone, even Lily. It didn't help that this was right before I was supposed to defend my bachelor's thesis and was already stressed out. Luckily, my co-writer sensed something was up and saved me by controlling the conversation so that I got the easy parts. Without him, I'm sure I would have failed. Needless to say, no one came to my graduation, then started the worst period of my life. I spent the first year expecting the cops to knock on my door and arrest me for rope. I didn't land any jobs, just living off my saved money. I drank a lot and did substances. I also grew resentful and violent. The only reason I didn't hurt anyone is because no one was around.